Good morning, everybody. Morning or afternoon, whatever time it is for you. It's late morning for me. I do apologize if there's a bit of noise in the background. I have my window open this morning. It is really nice outside. We had so many days of like 40 and 50 degrees. Just a couple of weeks ago, it went below freezing at night, and there was like a frozen puddle in the morning in May. So it's been a little weird here in New England. And yesterday it got up to 79, just out of the blue. Had no idea it was that warm outside because it was still cold inside with all the windows shut. Opened it up and it was really nice. So I have my window open right now. It's not quite warm enough to get the ACs out of storage. And good morning. I see some of our regular viewers are back. And welcome. And who wants to do a sand fountain giveaway? We can get that started. All right. Oh, it's not up yet. Don't do that yet. It's not up. Let's see here. Let's get the restream chat up. I had turned off all my little overlays here for another reason. There we go. Now we can see everybody. And let's get this giveaway going. We're going to give away 2 fountains today, okay? So there's 2 chances to win. Unless the giveaway site's not working. What's going on with that? Internal server error. I don't like the sound of that. Well, we'll give it away even if our little giveaway tool is not working here. All right. Yeah. Huh. Giveaway tool is giving me an internal server error when I try to log in, which is not very useful. So we are going to forget away the giveaway tool for now. We've got 18 viewers, and we'll how are we gonna do this? We'll pick a number. Is there a way for me to see the viewer names all at once? We'll figure this out, guys. Let's go to our live channel here. And there we go. I can see who's here in the chat. So let me grab a die real quickly, because we're going to do RPG stuff today, so I might as well have a D20 handy. 1 second. I can find my D20. Where'd it go? Well, we are just having a weird day today. Giveaway's not working. And I don't know where I put my dice. I have a feeling it's somewhere nearby. So what we're going to do is we're just going to... Does Siri roll a die if we talk to Siri? Let's we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 people in the Twitch chat. So, hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 13.
It's 6.
Did you hear that, guys? It's 6. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jay Killickley, I believe you are the winner. You just want a sand fountain if you want one. So let me know in the chat if you want it. And we will, yeah. You just got to make sure that you have a an Ethereum wallet so I can transfer it over. And if you need help setting that up, let me know. And yeah, so I will talk to you afterwards, and we will get that to you. So there we go. We figured it out. we will do another one at the end of the stream today, and hopefully, it's already getting warm in here. Hopefully, we will have the giveaway tool working by then. I'm not sure why it's down right now, but we will carry on. So, I don't know if you guys were paying attention on Twitter or anything, but today we're changing things up. I don't have a prepared game to show you because you are going to help me. And no, thank you. I don't need water. That's my wife asking me if I need water. I've got some coffee here, which is not the same thing, but it's just a little warm without the AC. I'm getting a little bit of a nice breeze in. And we are going to create a new world. And do something different today. We're going to try to all make an RPG together. So I need you guys to put on your wizard hats, get your dice ready, and start thinking fantastically. So first thing we need is we need to name this place. Now we're just gonna do 1x1 lands for now, until I can make sure larger lands like 2x2s or 4x4s make sure they're well optimized for streaming, because I did some tests and on my rig it doesn't work so well. So we're gonna start small. We're gonna do little RPG vignettes, and we're gonna work on them together, and you'll get to see kind of the background of how everything gets made, and you'll kind of get familiar with the game maker that way. So we have two options. We can do default, which can be like grass and dirt and stone and snow even, and then desert, which is all like sandy and dirt and some stone. So let me see in the chat what you guys want. Do you want grassy or desert? And give me some name ideas. And if you guys don't pick, I'll pick. So I'm thinking, okay, we've got some default. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. It seems pretty unanimous for grass. And, we want this to be like a forested area, grassy plains. I'm trying to think of some names. We could call this Fantasy Hills. Or Fantasy Grasslands. Doesn't really matter for the name, but we'll call it Fantasy Grasslands for now. That'll just be what this region's called. And we let that get created. So the new lands are generated. They kind of all have the same seed. So when you make a 1x1, it pretty much always looks like this. Now, do you guys want to keep the water, or you want to do you want to fill that in and make a fully grassy area? We can put in fish. We can do all sorts of stuff with this. You guys want to see some fish get made? And okay, we want some fish. Okay, so we'll leave the water. And yeah, we'll do lots of fish, okay? We'll do a whole little ocean. Now, we don't have a lot of fish models in the game maker right now, but we do have a whole ton of fish that people have made that I am really excited for everybody to see because some of them are really beautiful. I can boast a little bit. I made some of the fish templates. I modeled them, and then one of our other staff members, he animated the template, and then a whole bunch of our artist teams have done really great work with doing some edits to the models and really making them really pretty with nice texturing and stuff. So hopefully sometime in the next week or two, I'll be able to put together a little animation and show everybody the great work people have been doing in our creator fund. All right, so we're lowering down the shore here because if we fall in the water, we won't be able to jump out. That's one funny little quirk with this default map here. And we said we want an island. Yeah, we can do an island. So with the fisher living on the island, sure, yeah, fisherman. We can do an island. So we got the water's kind of funny. We got to dig through it. It doesn't flow yet, although that is planned. I was just in like a conference yesterday, and they were talking about the plans for adding physically flowing water stuff. So there will be lots to do with that. A giant whale. I don't have any whales yet, but we will be able to do that eventually. There are whale models, but no whale behaviors. So I would I could put it in and it would kind of flop around weird. All right, so let's make a little sandy island. The water effect looks better than before. Maybe it's just we're paying closer attention to it. It does still have this little bit of flickering going on here. That's mostly when you get when you're seeing vertical water through water, because you don't see any of it when you just look at the surface of it. You only see it when you're looking through the water. So it's definitely passable. So we are going to go down to our sand blocks here, and we're gonna build a sandy little island. That's maybe a little funny looking, but we're working on it. Let's actually smooth out the edges here, and we will fill in some water. And it's just going to be a little teeny tiny island because we don't have a large body of water to work with here. And let's see. There's two different water blocks. One has a static, or there was two water blocks. I think the other one got removed. Okay. So one cool thing that's in this version is I can now add custom artwork to the game. We're not going to do that today because it takes a little while to make artwork, but we can possibly see about making some ahead of time, and I can try to get it ready in the game maker for you guys for next week. Okay, so it is a very tall, straight island, but we're working quickly here. All right, now we need a fisherman guy. So let's look at our NPCs here. Oh, I still have my search filter on. Okay, the filter's not working, but that's fine. Oh, maybe because I had blocks selected. There we go. So, let's see, fishermen. So these guys kind of look like they could be fishermen, or we could go with a hermit. There's also all these merchants. What do you guys think? Give me a name. I'm thinking maybe, Well, you know, we're going to want to put some of these people in here anyway. So we'll grab the hermit. And we'll grab adventurer jet. And we'll grab these guys. Then we can move them around later. Hey, Pepe, you're here. One of our great artists is with us. All right, so what do we think? We thinking maybe the hermit? He makes a good castaway. He could be stuck on the island. Okay, and we should give him some shade. So let's let me see where the plants are here. No, right there. Helps if I read. So we're gonna add in some grass and some lily pads. And let's see. Oh, we do have palm trees. Nice. Beautiful. And yeah, some desert bushes here. Okay. All right. He needs a boat. Okay, so he's not a castaway then. He just, you know, dresses rough when he's fishing. Okay. So we're gonna put in some palm trees here. We're gonna spin this one around. There you go. Nice little shady area for him to fish in. And let's give him... I don't know that lily pads and palm trees really go together, but I like lily pads, so we're going to put a few on. And get some nice animated tall grass here. Kind of softly blowing in the breeze. It should loop. I don't know why it stops like that. We'll figure that out. I think some changes were made to the animation settings. So we might not be able to tell it to loop the animation right now. But that should be coming back. There's a lot of changes. I've been getting daily updates for the Game Maker. Today's actually the first day this week that I haven't gotten an update for the Game Maker. And it's just because it's Saturday. And everybody's taking the weekend off. So we're gonna move these together like that. And let's see if we can fix those animation settings. So if we look in here, we don't want health on these. It's coming in by default. So we're gonna get rid of the health because we don't really want to have to deal with that. So you can put health on all your plants and stuff. You can do that so you can like cut them or things can eat them. There's all sorts of reasons why you might want health on a plant. But we're just going to say, forget that noise. We're going to not even have a behavior on it. Let me see. There used to be an animated asset behavior. So I don't think it has that now. Unless we call them an NPC. See, if we said they were an NPC and we gave them a walk speed of 0 and a walking zone of 0, then I think they would use their idle animation. Let's put in a player and see. So we're going to put in a player right here. Okay, we can pick a different guy later, but for now we're going to use Adventurer Jet. Let me know if you like that decision. And he's our avatar. So we're going to hit play, and we're going to... oh, that's right, I can't swim yet. So we actually need a boat to get over there. So how about we do a moving boat? How does that sound? You know, I knew that we couldn't swim either. I just, wasn't thinking about that at the moment. So Let's see. I don't think there's any boat vehicles yet. What can we make into a boat? Let's see. We can do a raft because there are little wooden platforms which make great boats. So, the TV. We could do the TV as a boat. Was there a TV? I don't remember there being a TV. Am I missing something here? Up, up, up. I think I went too far. Well, there's the bridges. Those would work well. Where's this TV? That's a radio. An AC. Am I just blind and not seeing it? Oh, it wasn't actually a TV. It just looked like a TV. I didn't think there was a TV. I've spent a lot of time with all of these, and I was like, I don't remember there being a TV. How to use a gem on an asset. That's part of the dashboard system right now. So it's not actually in the game maker at the moment, although systems like that might get integrated in later. So the upload system from VoxEdit, when you're done with an asset in VoxEdit and you go to export it, it will open up the dashboard marketplace, and it will let you give a name to your asset and things like that. And then you can set the catalyst and use the gem sockets, so you can set whether it's a normal item, a rare, epic, or legendary item, and that will give you so many slots for putting a gem in. Gems can be gotten a whole bunch of different ways, and you could win them through gameplay. You could possibly buy them or trade them. You want the blue trash bin? Okay, that sounds like a good boat. That sounds like a very floaty boat. Okay. So we can put it on its side like that, and we're going to put it down in the water a little bit, and let's get a meter count here. So we got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17, about 17 meters to the shore. And this is, what direction is this? This is negative Z axis. So I'm looking up at my position up here when I move it to double check that. And we're going to take the health off of that. By default, a lot of stuff gets health, which is kind of like, it's not going to stay that way forever. That's just kind of the way it is right now. And it'll get adjusted later. But the nice thing is moving platforms work a lot better now than they used to, as far as keeping a character on them. You don't fall through or get thrown off as easily. So what did we say? 17Z, I think. So negative 17 and 0. And that will keep on going back and forth. And I see another question here. What'd you say here? Netterob says, does the game maker allow for random traps? For example, trap 1A, 1B, and 1C are at different locations, and every time the game is loaded, only one of those is activated, creating some randomness. Not yet. There's going to be a lot more sorts of things in the future. Oh, we almost missed our boat. And we're just sailing across the sea here. And will it stop? Hey! I counted right. Look at that, guys. I know how to count. Oh, and we got collision on the grass. We can turn that off. So let's turn off collision there. So yeah, there's not randomness yet. We should see more stuff like that in the future. There's going to be a whole visual scripting system. So what you see me doing with these behaviors are pretty basic. And limited to doing specific sorts of things, and you can kind of mix it up. You can we were actually talking about this, me and some other people yesterday, we were taking a in-depth look at all the settings here, and somebody asked if you could do like a healing, something like the fairy fountains in Legend of Zelda, where you have a healer who will appear temporarily and then disappear. And oh, that's right, I was going to check to see if the idle animation plays on that now. So let's take a look at that. So we were trying to see if there would be a way to do that, and the idea that I came up with is having an object as a fuse, basically. So you could make an object. It doesn't animate. Oh, well. What? Did he eat it? I think he picked the plant. Oh, yeah, he's picking the plants. I think he's a farmer NPC, that's why. Yeah. Or you just want him to be a regular NPC citizen. So the idea was that you would have an event occurring, and then this moving object would be invisible and a certain distance away, and the amount of time it takes to travel when it collides with that other object, it would delete it. So you'd have a temporary healer. So you can find sort of like workarounds for that stuff. But there's there's not a lot of like stuff you can do with variables and things like that quite yet. But these behaviors you'll be able to create your own with visual scripting later on. That's just not something that's available yet. Okay, so we got rid of those. So they're just plain boring old assets sitting there. Let me see if there's a component for animating. I don't think there is. Yeah. No, we don't have. So unfortunately, I can't set the animation on these. I really like the animation on these. You can see it if I just hold it there. You can see it gently swaying in the breeze. But what happens is as soon as I place them, they play the animation once and then it stops looping. So hopefully we'll get that animation setting back. Will there be a script listener so some of the creator can write a script in it if they... I'm sorry. I'm having a little difficulty with the sentence. Will there be a script listener so some of the creator can write script in it if they can? I'm not totally sure I understand the question. I think what you're asking is if there's going to be kind of like a console where the creator can edit scripts on the fly as they're in the game, which should be a yes. It is not a yes yet. It's something that would come later, having a console where you could modify that stuff in game. Let's fix this. Let's move into the ground a little bit. I don't like it when things stick out like that. There we go. All right, so we got our little island. We got our floating boat. And what do you guys think? We should have the fisherman give a quest? What kind of quest should this guy give? While you guys are thinking about that, I'm going to put some fish in here. Did I miss any questions? Oh, yeah. Necrobomicon asked if you can turn off all instances of collision of grass at the same time. Not yet. That's something I've asked for specifically that I believe is on the list of things to do. You can see a list of everything. So you can see all the objects we have placed in our world. And if I searched for, say, lily pad, it would show just those. And we could even jump to put them specifically in view. We can turn their visibility on and off. And we can rename, duplicate, delete, and we can rearrange them. There's not a whole lot of point to making parents right now unless you want to make a group of things. I know in an earlier version it kind of did some weird things with changing positions of items, but it's it's got a lot of potential for doing cool stuff with parenting of objects, but it's not something that we really need to mess with right now. And due to Stranded, his dog is missing. Find the dog. We do have wolves, We could try to bring him, we'll catch some fish. There's another thing we could do for that. So let me see. Can I have him listen for more than one thing at a time? Let's see here. If we do, so we could do victory. We could bring him his dog back. What'll happen if we bring his dog back? So can we scale up, down the assets in the game maker? No. Nope, there's no scaling. That was decided a while ago. There was some experiments with hard-coded scaling, but I think for now we're trying to not scale anything. We want to have all the voxels be the same size. At least that's what's been planned for a while now. So catching the fish idea is good, but we don't really have an inventory system, so he couldn't reward us for like catching 3 fish. We would have to set up a whole complicated set of rules. We could have him looking for his fishing rod. That's a possibility. The dog idea is good also. So let's say let's do a fishing rod thing. So I'm thinking of using this grass piece as a fishing rod, but let me see if we've got any better objects here. I think the grass would be the best fishing rod for what we are looking for. Or you could get a spear if he's a spear fisher. Let's see. Shovel, you could whack the fish. I think, well, there's a pole, but I think this is like a light pole. I don't think that pole will be very nice as a fishing rod. Yeah, it's huge. We don't want to use that one. So let's see if there's anything else. There's cattails. That would be kind of a silly looking fishing rod, I think. I think the best one to use here would be the grass. So we're going to use this one blade of grass, and we're going to put it somewhere far away. Well, it doesn't have to be far for testing. So we can, like I said, we can move all this stuff later. We can dynamite. Oh, or is that's in response to what I said? I don't think there's any dynamite items. No dynamite. Dynamite is always an option. Yeah, dynamite would definitely help you catch all the fish at once. Drop that down in the water. So let's put that in there. We're just going to say that's a fishing rod, okay? And we're going to name it that. So we'll just call it fishing rod. That way we can find it in the item inventory if we need to. And we're going to turn off the plant behavior. We're going to turn off the health so we don't accidentally kill it. And let's see, we are going to add we need to have it say that it exists. So the way stuff works in the game right now is it uses this messaging system. So objects can broadcast a message and let other things know when they're nearby, so you can trigger things like victory. So speaker component is message to this. No, that's not the right one. Why am I not seeing it now? Oh, message broadcaster. There we go. I was scrolling right past it. So as a message broadcaster, anything in the area that we set will be able to receive the message that this sends out. So we can have the fisherman be waiting to receive a message that says ready to fish or something. So we can say, or we can just call it fishing rod or fishing grod. Okay, and then we'll put it to a broadcast range of 2. That's a nice small area, so we got to put it next to him. And in order to move this, we have to say that this has a pickable component. So pickable component means we can pick it up and put it down. And let's take a look at the more detailed logic. We are going to... I think that's good enough for everything. Okay, and then we'll be able to play with these settings to make sure that it works correctly. Can an object have more than one behavior? Not right now. Behaviors are very like broad things. So we really only want one behavior per thing. Otherwise, items start becoming more complicated. But the components allow us to add details. So you can have all of these components at once under whatever conditions you want to set for them. So that kind of allows you to customize the more general behavior. Should I apply to fund if I want access to the game maker? So you can apply. I think the application is still open for the game dev fund. At this time, I don't think they're processing new entries right now because we've got a lot of people who are entered, and we're just trying to get this version 0.1 ready for everybody involved in that program to start using it. So they're not adding more people until the people that are already in can start making stuff. So that should be very soon that this is ready to go. Because I mean, this version right now is pretty great as far as stability and stuff. I haven't been having issues with this. So I think we're really close to release for this, for the limited release, and that'll start going out to landowners and people already in the game developer fund. So really, if you want to get in, go ahead and apply to that fund. I recommend definitely doing that if you're able to. But also, if you have a chance to buy some land, that's another way that you can get access to this earlier than other people would. All right, so let's make this fishing rod do something. So it's broadcasting fishing rod to everything within range of itself. Okay, good. You do have land. So yeah, you are on the list of people who can be invited to early access to this. So I don't know what the process is for selecting who's going to get access first, but you're in a good position for that. And yeah, in the next few months, most people who have land, I think, will have access to this. Things are going to start moving really fast for people, so don't you worry. You are going to be able to have a lot of fun with this soon. All right, so let's select our fisherman, and let's see. We are going to. Do you want to have a game victory, or do you want to get a different item when he receives this fishing rod? Because we can do a few different things. We could just say that the game is won, and that's a good way for us to just test that it's working. So we can say victory component, and on receive of message, the message is fishing rod. And that's really it. So let's go ahead and play this, and we'll see how it works. So we're going to run on over to our fishing rod. So we've got that pickable component, and oh, did I not save it? Oh, there we go. I think my aim was a little off. Yeah, the bounding box on this is actually a little bit... Yeah, that's why. The Game Maker version is alpha 0.1 at this moment. Yes. Yeah, you can actually see up in the top corner here. Right here. It's 0.1.0. It's not been... This is like the release candidate, I guess. and it's not for distribution really yet. So the reason I was having a hard time picking this up is because the bounding box for this is kind of a rectangle, and I was aiming at the side over here when it's really the whole object is this is the center of it right here. So if I aim for the center, I'll have an easier time picking it up. Will there be a terrain landscape generator in the future? So that was actually one of the questions that we talked about in our meeting yesterday. And hi, Toad Ogre. It's all right to be late. We're just making a little quest here. We're taking a fishing rod to... Oop. No, get on the boat. We're taking a fishing rod to a fisherman here. So there isn't really there is potential for a generator, but we really want people to make their own worlds. So this should, hey, there we go. We won. It worked. So we can edit some more, do different things. The terrain is already sort of generated with noise. Good game. Yes, it was a very hard game. We're going to add some challenges to our game to make it more complicated, because this is a very tame RPG at the moment. This is generated with noise right now, but it's using the same seed every time. So every time we make a 1x1 land, we get exactly this. The idea behind a lot of the terrain stuff is that people will be making their own worlds. You'll be crafting your own world. So it's more like game development than gameplay for making stuff. So if we want a mountain, we've got to make a mountain, sort of. Let's get some stones here. So the tools that you do have for terrain generation are very powerful, and they're going to be adding more options. So you've got your different brush shapes. You can see that we've got a diamond thing going on here, a sphere, and a cube. And you can change your sizes, and then you can do your free, which is your like block editing like that. So you can do a lot already. Like we can just make a mountain in like seconds, basically, if we just, color it in like that. We can round it off a little bit. So, there's still a lot that you can do for terrain without having a generator per se. But I do know that people are interested in having more like Minecraft kind of randomly generated spaces. And I can relate to that. So that's something that's, possible for the future, but is not quite in the works yet. And is there a block terrain limit? Yeah, that would be the size of the world, I guess. I mean, you wouldn't, if you filled up the entire space, you wouldn't be able to do anything. So you're going to want some amount of open space. The size here is 96 by 96 by 128. So, whatever that is, 96 times 96 by 128 is 1,179,648 blocks. I'm pretty sure you can do that full size filled with blocks, but you wouldn't want to because you wouldn't be able to do anything with it. Yeah, I mean, this is a 1x1. You can still do a lot with this space. If you saw, I can't open it up in this version, but if you saw my trailer for Hopper, I brought the ground all the way down to the floor level, which is like way down here. And then I built mountains and clouds spiraling up into the sky way up here. And that level felt huge playing it, and it was the same size as this. So right now there's nothing in here really. It doesn't feel like there's a lot to do with this, but once you start filling it out with things, it 1x1, actually you can do a lot of cool gameplay stuff with it. So I think even with the 1x1, you'll still have fun. Now, something also to keep in mind, guys, is that you don't have to have land to make stuff in the game maker. So you need the land to publish from the game maker and to kind of participate in the metaverse experience and take advantage of the multiplayer processing. But you can make any game that you want in the game maker as like a test. So you could do a 4x4 and build it. You just wouldn't be able to publish it to the Sandbox map without having that 4x4 plot of land. Is there an option to wipe everything from the default and start building from scratch? Well, this started with just the terrain on it, and then it's pretty easy to delete the blocks. The one thing that's difficult when you do that is finding the ground so you can place a block on the bottom. So you can't really, unless they changed it. Yeah, so when I click down here, see how I'm not actually adding to the ground level, I'm adding to this. It's not easy to fill up the bottom. Why is that not going any further? I think, is that the bottom there? I think I hit the bottom. So maybe I'm too zoomed out. Huh. It's being kind of funny on the bottom here. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Let's did I break it? What did I do? Okay, that's working. That's working. That's working. Okay, I don't know what was happening before there. I freaked it out or something. Oh, maybe because I tried pushing a block underneath everything and it didn't like that. Okay, yeah. So it's a little bit difficult to build like right off the ground level. It's kind of fun to make like floating city kind of worlds. And I don't think it's I don't know if it's been published yet or not, actually. I think it's on the YouTube for the Sandbox. Let me see if I can find you guys a video real quick that I think you guys will like, if I can find it. And it shows you what like a really filled out world looks like. So let me pull up the Sandbox channel. And let's take a look at this video that was made by one of our great artists, Tybalt. Let's see. Yes, here it is. Okay, I was pretty sure that it was up. Let me make sure the sound's on here. And desktop audio. Here we go. Might take a second because I'm streaming, so I don't know how long it's going to take to buffer here. We can probably drop this into 720. This is just like a minute-long video, and it kind of shows you a more filled-out world. Okay, I thought this had a song with it. I guess it doesn't have audio. That's fine. So, this kind of shows what a Sky City would look like. I'm pretty sure this is a 2x2 world. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, I agree with you Toad Ogre. Having vertical environments is going to be a lot more fun in this. You're going to be able to do a lot more platforming. You know, somebody like Crypto Motors, they want to make racing games and stuff. You know, they do have a larger estate of land, so they'd be able to build more like roads to race on. And it's going to be more horizontal. So that was just kind of showing what a sky world would look like, which is pretty easy to accomplish with this. And did I put that there? I don't remember putting that there. So we're going to forget about the background. It's distracting. Let's get back to making our quest here. So something else we could try doing is we could try doing an asset spawner. So let's make this like a real quest. Let's see. I see some more questions here. You could also make just layered horizontal levels if you build it right. Yes, absolutely. You could do horizontal lands that are stacked on top of each other. Now it's going to cast shadows on everything, so your lighting options will be limited. But there's also plans to do more different kinds of like dynamic lighting stuff. Can we change the scene background? Example, night scene. Not yet. Another thing that's in the works. Right now you've got this pleasantly puffy cloud sky, but there should be more options for that. Any plans for ray tracing? Not at the moment. I don't actually know what they're planning on doing with the rendering. Ray tracing would be it's a smaller market area, kind of like it. It's really nice, but the number of people who want to create games who would also be running an RTX card, I don't think it's like the highest priority right now, but we do want to make this as visually pleasing as possible. And I mean, they are doing a really nice job with the dynamic lighting, because all these shadows are calculated live, both from the blocks and from the objects. You can see like the shadows of the lily pads down there. So I know that's not, what full ray tracing is, but it does, the shadows are very nice in the game. So let's make this quest, let's make him give us a quest. So we're going to say, we're going to add a speaker component, and let's see, we are going to say, find my fishing rod. He'll say please. He'll be a polite fisherman. All right, and we're going to say detect entity, and let's say in like that distance. So now when our avatar comes within this circular range, he's going to pop this message up over his head, and hopefully we'll be able to see it under the trees. And he's going to look at us when he says it. Now we're going to change what his behavior is. We're going to change him to an asset spawner. And can we put some accessories on the hermit guy? Not right now. Actually, I don't think there's plans for adding accessories to NPCs, because you can already make NPCs whatever you want. You could make this palm tree an NPC if you wanted. So when you're making something in VoxEdit, you can put tools in their hands or do whatever you want to the actual artwork of the NPC. We might see if that progresses later on to adding holdable objects to them, but for now, that's not planned. That is planned for avatars, to have like clothing and tools and stuff for the avatars. That system's going to come first before NPCs get anything, definitely. All right, so we're going to say he's an asset spawner, and he's going to look for the fishing rod trigger now. And we're going to get rid of this victory component. So now when fishing rod is triggered, he's going to spawn an asset. And we're going to say fish. He's going to give us a fish. Oh, I thought there was fish in the game maker. Or maybe it's called like a trout or something. I know I've used them before. So let's see where the fish are. Maybe they got removed. That's weird. Did you guys see fish in there? Because I didn't see fish. There were fish. I put them in a game last week. Let's see. Fish. I'm not seeing the fish. You guys seeing the fish? See a hawk? I think they must have taken the fish out for some reason. Oh, there it is. Oh, and it's trout. I did say trout, didn't I? I scrolled past it too fast. So there's the trout, and yeah, I was pretty sure we could set a behavior on the trout, but oh yeah, if we edit the logic, there we go. So editing the logic opens up more options. If we have the logic closed, these are like the base options, and then clicking edit logic will give us some more stuff to do. Put a shark. I don't have any sharks right now. There are shark models made. I don't have them loaded up in the game maker right now. We've got like hundreds of assets that are going to be going up on the marketplace soon, and pretty soon, sometime in the next couple weeks, I should be able to put any of those marketplace assets in the game maker so I can start showing you guys. So we're going to have a lot more objects to work with. That's coming very, very soon. So for trout, we need to set a behavior. Ground herbivore does not quite fit. And there is no fish behavior right now, but what does work is a bird behavior, because the birds basically just fly in a circle right now, and they do some like variations. They'll go up and down a little bit and kind of bank around and stuff. So if we put it on a fish, we can just have it swim in the water. Okay, so we're going to do that behavior, and now we need to set an offset spawn position. Oh, and thank you, Gorilla Jacket, for sharing that. Yeah, so the what's happening with the stream, guys, is we're doing this kind of like community building. You're going to help me craft this world, and you can kind of get to see a behind the scenes look at the actual making of a game. And then what we had been doing Saturdays, which was Sandbox news and showing like contest winners and doing even more giveaways and stuff. All that stuff's going to kind of move towards Tuesday afternoons, or at least afternoon for me. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more of an audience for that, because this Saturday morning time is kind of weird for people on the West Coast. It's like 8 in the morning in California and stuff like that. So we want to give more people a chance to see what we're doing here. So you can still join us on Tuesdays. There will be more giveaways on Tuesdays also. So definitely come and check that out if you can. All right, so we need to set a position. So we are going to say, let's see, which direction is this? I think that's the x-axis or the z-axis. Which one is this? Z-axis. So this is positive z. So we're going to say, we'll do z out to like 3, we'll say. Yeah. Yeah, pretty early on the West Coast there. I was thinking when I set 11, there was a bunch of things in my life that made 11 like a good time. And I was like, yeah, people on the West Coast, they'll be awake by like 8:30, right? And not necessarily. Like, it's a Saturday morning. Why would I think that? And then we're going to say -1. So we're going to go down into the water with the fish. And I don't think we need to add any tags. 8 is early. 8 is early on a Saturday morning for people used to like sleepy California beaches or whatever. So Yeah, 8 is early for me too. Like I shouldn't expect anybody to be up at 8. I've got 2 little kids that like to jump on my head at like 6:30 in the morning and be like, "Hey, we want to snuggle, but we want to like kick you in the face, and we want to jump up and down, and we want to play, and we want to look at your phone, and we want to do this, that, and the, oh, and now we're hungry. We want breakfast." And I still like don't get out of bed till like 8:30, so it's just like 2 hours of getting like stepped on. So let's see. I think that's all the settings that we need. The duration of 1 means it's going to keep on spawning. So I want to see what that looks like. So we're gonna test it. You bet you don't sleep. Yeah, I mean it's every day's different. Like this morning, my 2-year-old at like 5 or 6 in the morning, she was in our bed. I don't know when she got in our bed, and she just screamed. And that's what woke me up, was her screaming. And she was still asleep. She was like having a nightmare or a night terror or something. She just screamed. And I woke up and my heart was pounding, and I thought there was something wrong. And no, it was no big deal. Yeah, we found your fishing rod. So now we should start to see. Whoop, I just saw a fish. Where'd it go? That's going fast. So we can't really edit the behavior from the yeah, they just keep spawning. So yeah, giving him the fishing rod makes more fish appear. So I guess we could actually do the opposite. Oh, and they're clipping through the ground, so they are going a little too high. So later on we'll be able to do more editing to the behaviors for things that spawn. Right now we can just set a behavior, and we can't really like modify the behavior. Yeah, and it's just going to keep on making fish. Now, what I could do is we could make it so that way he catches the fish. So if we already have fish, we could make him a fish void. Let me see. I'm not entirely sure how that would work. Let's see how that would change. So we could get rid of the fish a little bit. Let's see. So we want to change him from an asset spawner to a void. And we're going to say, don't destroy any blocks, but we are going to destroy only from a list. And we're going to see on receiving message, and then we have to edit the logic to do specific ones. And yeah, they do get better as kids do get better as they get older. But it's complicated. She's not usually like waking up too much in the middle of the night. It was just this one random like scream, and she went right back to sleep. Like it took me a while to get back to sleep after that, but she just like belted out at the top of her lungs, like right next to my head, and I didn't even know she was there. So that was a shocking wake up this morning. So we are going to say fishing rod is our trigger. Okay, so this is going to the fisherman is going to start destroying. There we go. I can't talk right now. Fish when the fishing rod is nearby. So delay between destruction. Let's set that kind of high because I don't want them to all disappear at once. It might remove all of them at once. I don't think it will. I think it'll do one at a time, but we can also see like how they process as they go through. Let's see here. I think I just heard a knock. Hi, speaking of the 2-year-old, what's up?
What if I lie? I was taking the table.
Yeah.
I was taking for a shoe.
You're looking for a shoe?
No, I took the room with Daddy.
Oh, you're in the room with Daddy? Yeah.
Daddy.
I'm not entirely sure what she's saying. Sometimes I know. So we're going to set out a space where the fish get destroyed. And, oh, she's getting into the Legos. Hey. Maggie. too noisy. You go play with Felicity? Yeah, she's not listening to me. So, she's in the very determined 2-year-old state of she's going to do whatever she wants and throw a fit if she doesn't. Yes, she's actually really good with Legos for 2. Is the Creator Fund still open to new artists? Any tips for applying? I can make more fish or maybe sea monsters. Yeah, the Creator Fund is still open for applications. That she does. Oh, that's my wife. Yeah, that's her mom talking in the chat. Yes, so the Creator Fund is still open. You can still apply, and you can go to, I believe it's fund.sandbox.game. Let me double check that link for you. Fund.sandbox.game. Wait for it to load. It is loading, so I believe it is the right link here. Yeah. So you can still apply. We are accepting more applicants. And yeah, if you apply, I would say definitely have some voxel art in your portfolio. We get a few people applying with no voxel art in their portfolio, and we're doing voxel art, so it's kind of like, it's good to see what other art people can do, and that can help us, go like, oh, hey, they've got a really good eye for this. Maybe they'll be helpful with, this, that, or the other thing. But having voxel art means that we know that specifically you can do the kind of art that we're looking for. So she's looking for robots. So we broke the robot. I broke the robot. I didn't break that. I think you broke that, or maybe Felicity did. They took apart something from the Legos. So let's finish this up. Let's get some fish disappearing here, because we're at noon, so we're kind of at the end of the stream here. But I think we can very quickly make a fish, and then we can copy and paste its behavior. So that's the trout model. Now that I remember what it's called, we're gonna plop it on the surface there and make some modifications. So now we can control the bird behavior so it's not quite so insane, because those fish were swimming really fast. So we're gonna drop our flying speed down to 1, and we're going to make a nice wide swimming radius here, and we're going to put it like that and drop it down a bit. So that will be swimming around in this donut shape. And we're going to take away the health. And I think that's really all that we need. So let's see. Let me just double check here. So he's going to destroy trout on receiving the fishing rod. Okay. And so let's multiply the trout here. Oh, I gotta find it. It is underground. There. Whoop. I just placed another trout. There we go. So if we hit Control D, duplicates it, and we can just keep on doing that, and we can kind of vary their position a little bit. So we'll move them around, and we'll do some height variation also. So some are deeper than others. How easy it to transfer Minecraft creations over to the Sandbox. So Minecraft creations are going to be very different from Sandbox ones. There's a couple different things that you can do. I'm actually not sure if there's a pipeline really in place yet for putting stuff from the Minecraft the Minecraft. How old do I sound? The Minecraft. Let's put stuff from the Minecraft into the Sandbox. I'm not sure there's really a pipeline for putting stuff from Minecraft into the Sandbox. I'm not that old. I'm only 30. I've been playing Minecraft for 10 years now, so just not a lot lately. And oh, I need to edit the height of those fish down because they're swimming up way too high. So let's just see if the fish start disappearing as they swim nearby. So there's 4 there and 2 there. Let's see if any go away. We should start seeing some of them disappear. There's 7, right? Well, we'll let it run for a little bit because it's got a long delay on the disappearing. So some of them might start to disappear. They might not be intersecting right when it tries to remove them. So as far as pipelines go, I know there's one for moving stuff from VoxEdit into Minecraft. So you can export stuff from VoxEdit to OBJ, and there's tools to convert OBJ blocks into Minecraft stuff. Is there a counter that will track fish being destroyed? Not right now. There's no sort of counter things at the moment except for health. So we will have to see how that progresses. There's again, this is alpha version 0.1, so there's still like a whole ton of stuff that has to happen. We are going to see a lot more game specific things going on. I don't see any of these guys get deleted, so let's modify this behavior. So as far as moving, so once you get the VoxEdit stuff into OBJ and go through those tools, then you can export it to Minecraft schematic file. Going back the other way, I don't know what options there are for Minecraft schematics because that's not something I've ever really gotten into. If you can convert a Minecraft schematic into OBJ, and actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure you can open up Minecraft schematics right in Magic of Voxel. I'm not 100% positive on that, but I know you can put Minecraft stuff. You can do Minecraft renders in Magic of Voxel, sort of. So I'm not sure what the conversion process is for that. But if you can get stuff into Magic of Voxel, then you can get it into VoxEdit, and then VoxEdit can put it in the Game Maker. So there is, as long as you can, basically, if anything can get into Magic of Voxel, you can get it into the Sandbox. Yeah. So as far as getting stuff from Minecraft into Magic of Voxel, not sure about that one. But as long as you can get it into Magic of Voxel, you're good. So let's see, why is this guy not working? We say he's a void, only destroys from list on receiving message, and the message is fishing rod. I did spell it correctly. That's a plus. Let's make sure. Well, it does cover most of that area. Let's make it a little bit bigger. So we're going to increase the X and Z to 10. That will cover most of our area here. And we're going to set the delay down to 1, so it's going to send that message a lot more frequently. And, oh, well, that would be why. We can put that delay back to 10. I never added trout to the list of assets. That would definitely be why. Let's see, trout. So we could set anything. Like we could set the palm trees to delete. If we gave him an axe, he could delete the palm trees. Like there's all sorts of stuff that we could do. Okay, so now it should work. Let's give it a test. Will we have animation offsets? Fish are moving same way. Oh, animate, like offset as one word. Yes, you should be able to do stuff like that. So the reason the fish are all moving the same way right now is because they all spawn at the same time, which is, as soon as the game starts, which is why their animations are in sync. Now, the reason they're all in the same position is because I didn't vary them that much. So now we should start seeing the fish disappear. Oh, I think it did delete all of them at once. And yeah, so it did get rid of all of them very quickly. And now there's no fish. all the fish are eaten. So we can make the area smaller and do some more offsets to this guy. So we're going to make his area very small. We'll make it like, basically they have to swim right in front of them to disappear. Totally off topic for this stream. That's fine. But have you streamed or made a video creating a humanoid asset or avatar? I have not made a video like that. I don't believe. Now, I'm trying to think back because I've done a bunch of stuff in the past year. So I do have tutorials for working in VoxEdit on my YouTube channel. You can either go to the Sandbox channel and you can find they have a playlist of them saved, or you can watch them directly from my channel. That's youtube.com/the Sandbox game, or youtube.com/Voxelize, VoXelize, which is my channel, and it's all about voxel art stuff. Voxel art, software reviews and tutorials, and some more like Sandbox specifically related things. So I did do a video, which is a tutorial of VoxEdit's template mode, which has the human NPC, and you can, modify the models in that template, and you can paint them however you want, and then all the animations are already there. So that kind of gives you, that tutorial will kind of give you like a starting point for that stuff. As far as making one from scratch or like going in depth, I haven't done anything like that, but I'm totally willing to do that. If you guys want to see next week, we want to make a wizard, we can totally make a wizard for our RPG here. This isn't like super high fantasy RPG that we've been doing. We've just been doing this little fisherman quest. But next Saturday, we can totally make a wizard NPC, and we can see about putting it into the game maker. I can't promise that will work because there's still a lot of stuff that's testing and being modified in the background every single weekday here. So that may not be working come Saturday, but we can definitely give it a shot. We need tree death animations to go with that axe. Yeah, that sounds great. We should totally have a tree being chopped down animation. Let's see, will Sandbox eventually be able to run on a smartphone? That is, we are hoping for that. The question of like, will the Sandbox have RTX and will it run on a phone? Those are like questions pulling in opposite directions, because to optimize things for phones, you need to like, I don't want to say dumb things down, but you do need to optimize them for such small hardware. Even though phones are so much more powerful than they were 5 years ago, the pushing things towards like RTX is like going in the opposite direction. So the team does want to look into making a mobile compatible version, but there's a lot of optimizations that have to happen. So it might take a while before we get to that stage. Having the game maker on a phone, I don't really see that being too much fun because of how much stuff you've got to do, like cramming it all on a phone screen. I don't think would be that great. It might happen. I'm not in charge of that, but I could see possibly like the actual gameplay of the Sandbox being put on a smartphone within certain like limitations, but having the full editor experience, probably not. So we're gonna move these guys out. So there's a little more position variety, and we're also gonna move them down so they don't clip the surface as much. Why is it showing wood? I don't want wood. Trout. Well, that's funny. I don't have any wood. I don't know why it's showing wood. Okay, so I broke the hierarchy somehow, but we can just manually select these guys and drag them down. Still in alpha, guys. There's going to be some weird weird, funny things that happen. But now we should have a more reasonable fishing experience here. All right, so let's get our delay. Okay, 10. I think we're good now. So let's try it now. Let me look back through the chat real quick, because there were some more questions about creating a wizard next week. The game still scrolls as I scroll through the chat. That's funny. When the games are published, is there going to be a way to explore between lands freely, like Decentraland? The team's working on that. Because of how much variety there could be in a land, we're trying to find a good solution where people can do whatever they want in their land and have it not be distracting for the lands that are next to them. So there's different there can be so much different gameplay, because we can change like the way the avatar moves, we can change like their jump power, we can do all sorts of stuff like that. So it's going to oh, didn't mean to do that. Undo. Why is it moving the fish, not the guy? Okay, we'll move him back. Did I break it? Okay. I thought I broke it. There we go. Now we're back. Sorry about that. So yeah, we want to make sure that it's not distracting from the other lands, but people can still do whatever they want. So you can set your avatar to like jump super high like the moon, and that's not going to work across every single game experience. Your interest as an artist is publishing what you need in a cozy 1x1 homestead. Yeah, we want people to be able to do that. If you want to make an art gallery of your art or curate other people's art, with like little credits, do gallery events with, virtual wine tastings or whatever. Like, yeah, that sounds like great fun, and I'm interested in doing stuff like that myself. We need blizzard, fireball, and lightning effects. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'll put those effects in the actual NPC template, but we'll do a wizard. We'll do a wizard live. We'll make one live. Yeah, okay, so I think I'm all caught up on the questions. So let's do one last test, and then I think we're done for today. We're going to grab our fishing rod here. And you know what I need? I need a producer to like read me the questions so I can answer them without getting distracted from the process here. Let's see. Maybe, whoop. All right, there we go. So we're going on our very fancy, magical recycling bin raft. Okay, we gave him his fishing rod, and let's see what happens to the fish here. So we should see that anytime some of them swim within this little boundary around him, they start to disappear. Collision does not work with the bird behavior right now. They will just fly right through things. I think I may have set the delay too long, so like they'll swim through, but if they're not there at the same time that he's fishing for them, they won't disappear. But we do know that the void behavior does work, because we did see all the fish vanish earlier very quickly. I guess he was hungry. Don't you push me out of the way. Fish is being a little bully. I'm just trying to feed him to a fisherman. Yeah, I think I put the delay too long, so like we're not seeing the fish intersect at the same time. So I'm just waiting to see one of them just like vanish before my eyes. But I think that the count did go down, because there were like 7 or 8 of them, right? And I'm only seeing 3 right now. 4 maybe. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so he definitely got rid of some of them. And this is one of those things where like you're setting up an ecosystem, sort of, Like we can set up herbivores with plants and carnivores. So like the herbivores will eat the plants, the carnivores will eat the herbivores, and you kind of have like an ecosystem that you grow with that, along with spawners and stuff. You could have just kind of like almost like a little biosphere going on with different stuff. So you won't necessarily see like every single time something gets despawned or eaten, but you will see like the numbers change over time. Yeah, I think those 3 are safe. They're not like swimming into the zone, but there's definitely fewer than there were before. So yeah, running and jumping is looking really good. It's a lot smoother, and it feels nice running and jumping around. There should be, oh yeah, there is a little animation. It used to be that you kind of just froze, but now there's kind of like a falling animation. You can kind of see the arms wiggle as you're in the air. And feature requests to VoxEdit. There's actually a way to do that right from the app now. So if you have the newest version of VoxEdit, which you can get from sandbox.game/create, I think, or if you just go to the sandbox.game website, it will have the downloader there. Yeah, you can see the arms move, kind of flail a little bit. So if you go to get the newest version of VoxEdit, at the top, there's now a thing that says feedback up by like the file and edit menu, and that will take you to a form page. I think it's like a jot form page, and you can submit bug reports and feature requests, and that will go right to the quality assurance team. They'll take a look at it, and if it's a bug, they will report it to the developers, so that way they can fix it. If it's a feature request, they can add it to the wish list, and people can start working on that. So yeah, there's a way to do that right within VoxEdit. Will it be possible to implement GIF, PNG, or even Twitch links in the sandbox like in CryptoVoxels? So I'm not sure what I can say about that. I think yes. I think it's safe for me to say yes. I don't know if I can show it. Yeah, I should be able to say anything about that because it's right here, and they told me that I could use this. So I'm trying to make sure I don't leak information here, but I'm pretty sure if I add a frame, I've never done this before, so I apologize if this doesn't work. So there's a frame, and if we edit the behavior, so image display, is that? So yeah, it does image display. I don't know if that's part of the behavior or what. It's a component. Maybe it's because it's a frame. I can, oh yeah, because it's already there. So if I remove the component, so we can add image display component. It's right there. Then we can add images. So burger sounds good. We'll add that. Display mode, you can tell it to turn on at certain points, so you can do the same sending, receiving of messages. So let's do on player interact. So we run up to it. We click on it, and oh, it's too big. so that picture is too large for it. But you can see that it's working. So yeah, we should have PNGs and animated GIFs and possibly other things like you could do like crypto kitties or Crypto Motors has their new blockchain pixel chain, I think is what it's called. Their new pixel art blockchain. And so you should be able to do like links directly to items in your wallet or websites or whatever to bring content right into the game. So you can display them in frames. You can do instructions to players. You could do like clues or hints or whatever. All sorts of stuff. Super rare, yeah, why not? I see super rare would probably be a great place to have stuff stream into the sandbox. So yeah, that's the goal, is to be able to either put images directly in your game from a folder, or you could grab them from a wallet address. Zombies game would be good. Running away from a horde of them would be fun. Yeah, and I mean, we could actually do that now. We just don't have any zombie characters. So if we were to set up, instead of having our hermit with the void behavior, we would set him up with a ground predator, and then a horde of zombies would go chasing us. So yeah, lots of stuff. So we're running really late, guys. We were supposed to end almost half an hour ago. But yeah, some really great questions. As always, I enjoy seeing your questions and answering them the best I can. So definitely keep that coming. We're going to do one quick giveaway. So let me bring up the Twitch chat again. And let's see how many people we got on. Maybe I should refresh just in case. I don't know if that user's updates instantly or not. Yeah, time flies. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun chatting with you guys and doing this stuff. I enjoy all of it. So time definitely flies when you're having fun. And also, like, just getting into, like, you know, the cycle of editing and testing a game, time can go by really fast. So let's see who all of our users are right now. And we'll do one more giveaway. Hopefully, for the next stream, the giveaway tool will be working. Whoa, we got a lot more people. Let's see. Whoop. Let's get them all. Uh-oh, the kiddos are fighting in the next room. Gotta hurry up before they start attacking each other. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29. It's weird. It only says there's 24 viewers, but there's 29 people in chat. So, hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 29.
The answer is 28.
28. So, Virgo Pros, you are the winner of a sand fountain if you want it. So, I'm going to give those out to you and Jiclicly. I'm not sure how to. There's a lot of J's and K's and L's and I's in that. Anyone who doesn't have the volume on won't show up as a viewer. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. All right. So yeah, Virgo Pros, let me know if you're here. If you could say something in the chat and just say hi or whatever, and I will message you too as soon as I'm off stream here and send you your reward. So thank you for joining, everybody. Remember, Tuesday at I don't remember what the GMT time is. Gorilla Jacket just posted it. 15, 16, oh yeah, 1900 to 2000 GMT, which for me is 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Tuesday here on the East Coast of the United States. We are going to be doing more of our normal sort of Sandbox news and programming, and I will see if I can kind of compose this little fishing level and make a proper little trailer and be able to show that on Tuesday. So have a great weekend, everybody. Hopefully you're getting some nice weather. I know things have been warming up here, so you can hear the motorcycles going by with my window open. And what's a sand fountain? Oh, I guess I should explain that for people who haven't been here a bunch before. I've got the image here. Let's see here. This is a sand fountain. I made this. This was from our second pre-sale. And this is a representation of the sand coin. This is kind of the way the logo for it looks. And so this is just a fountain asset that you could put in any game that you make, or you can sell it. They originally sold for, I believe, about $10. And I've seen them trade for as high as like 15 or 20 bucks. I've got, I think, like 25 of these left or so. So I'm just giving a few of them out and we'll do other giveaways in the future. And yeah, so that's a sand fountain. There were more questions. Where can we get this scene? Oh, to play this, you can't yet. It's right now, this is a saved file on my computer. You would only be able to open this in the Sandbox Game Maker once it releases, and basically everything can change from here. So like everything that we make right now could possibly get broken by future changes to the engine. So don't hold on too dearly to this scene. We can recreate this if we need to in the future. A lot of game levels like this that I'm making, I would like to release to everybody, but it will depend on if they actually work in the current version of the Game Maker once people have it. So stay tuned for that. At some point, I will have a folder of these for everybody. And how many sand can you can stack per days with this fountain? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like how many sand can you earn with the fountain? I don't think it really works that way. 200 per day. What program do you use? So this is all the Sandbox Game Maker. So check out sandbox.game and you can learn more about VoxEdit, which is the voxel editor for making artwork in this, and the Game Maker, which should be getting the alpha release very soon for people. And yes, yeah, thank you Sandbox Game for answering that also. Yeah, so check out sandbox.game and you can learn lots more about all this. All right, you all have a good weekend, everybody. I have got to go eat lunch and feed my kids.